Hello and welcome. So today I'd like to discuss the marketing campaign done for the long-awaited DC movie, The Joker. These are the topics that I'd like to discuss. So let's talk about the introduction of the campaign. In September 2018, 60 months prior to the release of the movie, the first photograph was posted on the Instagram account of director Todd Phillips. On the first image, you can see the main character, Arthur Fleck. This post was the start shot of an often mysterious campaign around the movie The Joker. The movie generated a revenue of around $1 billion and had a budget of around $55 million. The main objectives for this campaign was to make the original fan base of DC aware of the existence of the movie, but especially to trigger their curiosity. Another main objective was to make people go see the movie in a cinema instead of seeing it at home. Normally, Marvel and DC movies are targeted at the original fan base, which are teenagers. Yet, this time, the movie contained way more explicit elements and was therefore targeted at a much older target audience. So, during the campaign, a variety of channels were used. Multiple posters appeared, as did many interviews in magazines, but a very prominent channel that was used throughout the whole campaign was Instagram. Like I mentioned before, the director already started posting pictures from behind the scenes on his personal Instagram, but on the official page of The Joker, they posted 6 short clips, which together would form the code 828. Fans later on discovered that this code was the official release date of the second trailer. So this type of content matches well to the objective, which is triggering the curiosity of viewers. Talking about the effectiveness, this trailer currently has 91 million views, which is almost twice as much as the trailer of The Batman and The Dark Knight Rises. So when we look at the overall style of the campaign, we can clearly see the dark and raw usage of colors. The shady lighting and lack of natural light contribute to this very mysterious and sometimes almost depressing vibe. The gritty tone of the campaign perfectly aligns with the story that the movie tries to convey. A depressed and mentally ill man who's been punished by society for not behaving to social norms. The utilitarian, user-generated content by the fans made by the Joker has been amazing. A great example of this is the Insta-famous staircase in the Bronx in New York. Another good example is how this became a viral meme. It is interesting to see an originally hybrid textual type of media being transformed into an electronic type of media, especially since the Joker is a great example of multiplicity. Since the character has had so many different versions, viewers have a different perspective on what he should look like and what he should behave like. Speaking of perspectives, when we look at what the story of the Joker resembles, we can see that this is one of the clearest examples of subjectivity in 2020. This is a story that has not been told before, and it shows a new perspective on an original story. So let's look at some weaknesses too. The legendary viral campaign of The Dark Knight Rises managed to mobilize thousands of DC fans, and they contributed and immersed in the DC world. Especially since this shows us that the target audience of DC is willing to actively participate. It would have been nice to have a similar approach to this campaign and to have a bit more audience interactivity. So, in conclusion, the campaign managed super well to create more mystique around the Joker whilst not overselling the movie. The campaign made tactical use of YouTube and Instagram and managed to reach out to those that they wanted to reach out to. In comparison to different DC campaigns, this campaign might look a bit empty. Yet I do think that the style and the tone of the campaign perfectly align with the movie. It is quite interesting to see a movie this big do so little when it comes to marketing. Sometimes less is really more, and the numbers don't lie. The Joker has been an immense success. Thanks for listening.